Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys, I'm going to be profiling for you guys a deck that a lot of you guys have been asking for over the last year. And I was pretty much waiting for all the new support to come out, test out different builds, and find the way I wanted to build the deck. And that is the Toon deck. Yes, Pegasus's deck, I guess you could say, quote unquote. But now, a lot of people don't feel that Toons are really that good, and I agree with this at some point, that is true. But with the new support coming out, and if you play the deck right and understand how it functions, it can be a pretty deadly deck. It's a quirky deck that's very fun to play, I have to admit. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the deck profile. So first off, you have your 3 Toon Gemini Elf. Toon Gemini Elf, when it can't attack the turn it's summoned, just pretty much like all the Toons. But the thing is with it, is that when it attacks directly, you can rip a card out of your opponent's hand, which is pretty nice. So definitely 3 Toon Gemini Elf, one of my favorite Toon monsters, but 3 of that for sure, because she's one of your biggest normal summonable Toon monsters. Next we have our 3 Toon Cyber Dragon. Toon Cyber Dragon is very good. You can special summon it, and then sometimes if you have an instant fusion in your hand, you can instant fusion into a Panzer Dragon, and then overlay into, get into Cyber Dragon Infinity. So you can have Cyber Dragon Infinity first turn against your opponent, which can be pretty nice. And then after that, you can pretty much have the Infinity protecting your Toon monsters, and then start going off with your Toons, and before you know it, you've won the duel. So definitely 3 Toon Cyber Dragon. You may say, well, isn't 3 Toon Cyber Dragon pretty dead? Not if you're running Red Eyes Toon Dragon with Toon Dark Magician, which I'll talk about that combo in a bit. But yes, 3 Cyber Toon Dragon. Next, 2 Toon Mass Sorcerer. A lot of people used to run 3 of this card, and for a long time I would run 3 of it, because the fact of the matter was it is a mini draw engine, because if it attacks directly you get to draw a card. However, we have a little bit more better Toons now with Red Eyes and Dark Magician, so that 900 attack, that doesn't help out that much, though the draw power can come in handy. So I cut them down to 2 of. You can run 3 of if you want to, if you can find the room, but I just prefer 2 of this card in my deck. So 2 Mass Sorcerer. You can also use it to help go into Master Key Beetle if you drew your card guard opening hand. So that's another thing you can use it for. Then we have our 2 Toon Dark Magician and our 2 Toon Red Eyes. Now you may be saying, a lot of people thought when these originally came out they wouldn't be that good, but they work beautifully in combination together, as well in combination with Toon Cyber Dragon. So let me go over how this works and everything. I'm going to read over Red Eyes and then Dark Magician, and then we'll talk about another card here in a second. So Red Eyes states, can't attack the turn it's summoned. While you control Toon World, your opponent controls no Toon monster this card can attack directly. Once per turn, this is the important effect, you can special summon 1 Toon monster from your hand except Red Eyes Toon Dragon, ignoring the summoning conditions. Now, on to Dark Magician. Dark Magician has 2 main effects we care about. Once per turn, you can discard 1 Toon card, so 1 Toon card or Mangureiran, to activate one of these effects. Special summon 1 Toon monster from your deck except Toon Dark Magician, ignoring the summoning conditions, or 2, add 1 Toon spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, which is really nice. Neither one of these get blown up by if Toon Kingdom leaves the field, which is kind of nice. But the main play I love doing is this. So say we have these 2 cards in our opening hand, okay? So say we have the Black Stone of Legend, and I have a Cyber Dragon, okay? So say I have these 3 cards in my opening hand. So I can go special summon Cyber Dragon if I'm going second. So special summon, normal summon the Black Stone of Legend, activate the effect of Black Stone of Legend, getting out Red Eyes Toon Dragon, activating Red Eyes Toon Dragon's effect, special summoning the Toon Dark Magician from my hand, activate Toon Dark Magician's effect by pitching a Toon card, it doesn't matter what it is, from my hand to the graveyard, okay? Special summoning from the deck, a Toon Cyber Dragon, overlaying 2 Toon Cyber Dragon into Cyber Nova, and then into Cyber Dragon Infinity. And if you have, you know, this is a pretty good opening hand. I mean, you got two beefy monsters and you got Cyber Dragon Infinity, you know, sitting there nice and pretty. Plus the fact that if you have, you know, a terraforming that you drew in, and you got into a Toon Castle, you know, it doesn't matter what Toon card you're discarding. I mean, that's a pretty good hand right there. And if you don't have a certain card, so say I don't want to go into Cyber Dragon Infinity, I can discard another Toon card, add the castle to my hand, activate the castle. I'm protecting these both of these guys, and just goes off with combinations. But that's a good first turn. That's just with a 3-card combo you can do that. Granted, you do need Toon Castle and other things, but it's a really good combo. So that's one of the combos I love to do in the deck. It's a powerful board. It makes Toons have protection now, along with being able to attack directly with bigger monsters that you can get on the field a lot more easily. So let me go on to some other cards now. So next up, guys, we run our 3 Blackstone of Legend. Now you may say 3 is kind of cloggy. Well, we do run Allure of Darkness, so we have a lot of dark targets if you've been watching. We have Toon Masked Sorcerer, Red Eyes, and we have the Dark Magician wherever he went. Where is he? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. And we have Dark Magician. And we also have Summoner Monk and Card Guard for other dark targets as well. So you have a lot of dark targets in this deck, which means you can run Allure of Darkness for more draw power, which Toons really needed. So yes, that is really nice in the deck. So Blackstone of Legend is very nice. You can help reuse your Red Eyes Toon Dragon, so if they got destroyed, you can, you know, add this back to your hand by putting this back in the deck, and then just go off again if you have like a dead card in hand, like a Cyber Dragon. Then you have a, you know, different combinations is what I'm saying, to go off and have a powerful board. So the Blackstone of Legends can be reused to go back into your 2 Red Eyes Toon Dragons that you have, and if you banish one, so be it. But usually what you're going to do is you want to discard this somehow, get it in the graveyard, if that's the case, you know. But mainly you just want to go Blackstone of Legend, go into your Red Eyes Toon, you know, go off, and then if it gets destroyed, you just, okay, add, you know, Toon back to your deck, add Blackstone of Legend to your hand. Next turn, go off with Blackstone of Legend. It's pretty nice. So I definitely like these 3 Blackstone of Legends. Blackstone of Legends is more important than running 3 Toon Red Eyes, because 3 Red Eyes Toon Dragon can get pretty cloggy. So that's why I run 2 of it instead of 3, if you're wondering. But definitely this card's very important, because this is your power play of the deck. And thank gosh this got reprinted so I can play this in Red Eyes and in my regular deck. Next we run your little Summoner Monk engine that I've always loved playing in the deck. Pretty much what the Summoner Monk engine is, you have a lot of spells. You have a boatload of different spells that may be good and may not be good at certain times in the duel. Okay, so what the Summoner Monk engine is, it gives rank 4 capabilities to the deck, which is really nice. So I can go Summoner Monk, okay, pick your spell card, go into Card Guard, I get a card counter, and if I have my Toon Castle, my Toon Kingdom, excuse me, I call it Toon Castle for some reason, my Toon Kingdom, I can be like, okay, Card Guard's effect, get a card counter, add it to Toon Kingdom cannot be destroyed once. So say they Twin Twister your Toon Kingdom, or try to destroy it, you can be like, nope, remove card counter, can't be destroyed, but next time it can be. But that's the nice little thing, it can protect your Toon Kingdom. And then on top of that, I can go for Exceed play, and then I can go into pretty much any rank 4 that I want to, necessarily. Mainly you'll go for Master Key Beetle if you have Toon Kingdom out, because that way you can protect your Toon Kingdom, which is nice. So that's a nice little play you can use to protect your Toon Kingdom with Card Guard. And just generically, you can just go into other good rank 4s like Castell, Dark Rebellion, Abyss Dweller. Number 106, I run this over 101 because the fact of the matter is this can protect your Toons once you have Toons out in the field. So you can run number 101 if you want to, but yeah, that's the little play you have right there with your Summoner Monks and your Card Guard. If you draw the Card Guard, you have Allure of Darkness, so you can Allure Darkness away. So that's the nice little thing there for your Card Guard and Summoner Monk to play. Next you have your 3 Toon Table of Contents. Don't forget this if you're trying to thin your deck out a lot. So say you have all your combo pieces and you're just looking for one combo piece to go off and win the duel. Don't forget, just like Exodia, you can use Toon Table of Contents to search Toon Table of Contents to search Toon Table of Contents to search the final Toon card that you need. remember, you can do that, and I have done that sometimes just to thin out the deck. Rarely, but it does happen. Usually what you do is you just search out the one Toon card you need with Toon Table of Contents. Great, great, great card. One of the best searchers, I think, in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Even though nobody plays Toons competitively. Next you have your 3 Toon Kingdom. Great card, helps protect your Toon monsters. Don't worry about banishing stuff. You're usually never going to banish 2 red eyes. I've never had that happen thus far, so you'll be good on that. But 3 Toon Kingdom, your mainstay of the deck. Then you run your 3 Comic Hand along with your Toon Kingdom. This card is very good, and it's a backup play. They're going to try to get rid of Toon Kingdom so quickly because Toon Kingdom is literally what the deck revolves around. You need your Toon Kingdom. So, yeah. But 3 Comic Hand, really good backup card, and if it's dead in your hand, you have Summoner Monk to pitch it. Next up, guys, we have 3 Allure of Darkness. You have multiple dark targets. I think you got, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I think there's another red eyes floating around here. You have 12 targets, so you have a lot of targets for Allure of Darkness. It doesn't matter. It thins your deck out, helps go off, and if it's dead in your hand, you got Summoner Monk that you can pitch it with. So nice versatility, gives draw power to the deck that needs it. Next you have your 2 instant fusion. You can use this with Nodin to go into rank 4 plays, or you can use it to go into your rank 5 plays to go into Cyber Dragon Infinity along with Panzer Dragon or Panzer Konfagen. So your 2 instant fusion. Next you have for your 1-ofs, guys, you have your 1 Mimicat. I like this card. This card's good as a 1-of. Don't want it as any more than that, but it's a pretty nice little card that can win you some games, which is fun. And it's a fun card to play. 1 Terraforming, 1 Upstart Goblin, 1 Regeki. Regeki, clear the board, attack through Toons. Terraforming, it gives consistency to searching out your Toon Kingdoms, which you really need. Some people may run more than 1 Terraforming, you just need 1. Upstart Goblin, more draw power for the deck. Never going to complain about it, you need it. And Mimicat, like I said, it's a pretty good fun card that you can play around with your opponent. On to the traps, we run 2 Toon Briefcase and 2 Quaking Mirror Force. So let me explain why I run these cards. Now, Toon Briefcase, I'll read it to you if you guys don't know what it does. When your opponent summons monster or monsters while you control a Toon monster, shuffle that monster into the deck. That can really be helpful. If they go Pendulum Summon, you activate Toon Briefcase. Not going to work for you. Quaking gives you protection as well. Now you may say, well, why not you running Solemn Strikes or Solemn Warnings, other things, maybe Drowning Mirror Force, things of that nature. Quaking's a lot better. It helps protect your Toon monsters, and then when they're face down in the field, you can just run over them and attack directly, so you don't have to worry about them. It's a nice little thing I like in the deck. I've been testing it out with 2 Quaking Mirror Forces. I really like it in the deck, and I would highly suggest you try it out, because it's pretty good. But that's just from personal experience trying out the card. Let me see here, give me a second, guys. Next up we have our extra deck. So we have 2 Cyber Dragon Infinity. The reason why we have 2 Cyber Dragon Infinity is because technically you really can go into 2 a duel. It's very easy. Sometimes you go for 1, your first turn, your opponent will bait it out, and then you'll just seal the duel by going into a second Cyber Dragon Infinity, and your opponent's going to be looking at you going, yeah, that sucks. But yeah, it's really nice. 2 Cyber Dragon Infinity and your 2 Cyber Dragon Nova to go along with your 2 Cyber Dragon Infinity. It's really helpful. It's really nice. It kind of somewhat is a Toon Cyber Dragon Infinity deck along with Toons, which is kind of fun. Then you have your other rank 5s you can go into. I may cut this for my 101, but I still like it because it clears back row for my Toons. Once in a while you do use it. You have your Wind Up Zenmayo, your number 61 Volcasaurus, excuse me, I couldn't see the number, which can win you games, and you have your Constellar Pleiades, which is just a good card in general, which sometimes I do go for depending upon the deck. Then for your rank 4s, you have Castel, Dark Rebellion, XYZ Dragon, wins you games. Number 66 Master Key Beetle, which I talked about earlier. Your Abyss Dweller, which can shut down other decks if you have Nodin, and you have a rank 4 engrave, you go for Nodin, have Toons out, stopping the graveyard effects and attacking them directly. Kind of fun. And your Giant Hand for protection, because Giant Hand can give you protection if you have your Toons out, which is kind of nice. and it's a good first turn 1 play. Then you have your 2 Panzerkampfwagen or your Panzer Dragons, which Panzer, I think in Germany means Panzerkampfwagen is the word. And then you have your 1 Elderly God, Entity God Nodin, which can help you go for rank 4 plays and give you boost to Abyss Dweller in certain matchups. So that is the deck, guys. I hope you all thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a fun deck to play. I mean, it's really, really fun, guys. Going into Toon Cyber Dragon and just using that is really fun to do. So I definitely say try it out, have some fun with it. It's very basic and linear in its plays, but it's very versatile. It's not as straightforward as previous Toon decks were. Now that we have, you know, Toon Dark Magician that came out in couple weeks ago, about a month or 2 ago, and now that Cyber Dragon Infinity's got reprinted. I mean, it's kind of expensive to play the deck, but it's a fun deck to play. And try it out, guys. Have fun with it. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. And take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Enjoy.